All right, so welcome back. It's been I think about a month, and that's on me. But also that's on Ryan. Let's blame Ryan on this one because he won't do anything about it, and he's not motivated human being. He's not a motivated human being. That's just how it is. So, but anyways, I am back. Um, we have a name. We're gonna call it Thank You Bro podcast. Thank You Bro Productions, if you can believe that. So that'll be exciting. That's something new, and looking forward to that. Happy Kobe Day. Today is 8/24. Hopefully I can edit this and then get it uploaded by 5:30. This is 4:30, so give me about an hour. Should be up. So with that being said, I kind of want to just hop right into it. I don't want to take too much of mine or your time. So first off, I want to talk about how I think TikTok's screwing me, and so I'm really just gonna separate myself from the platform. They've banned multiple videos of mine, like the Jose Ramirez fight one, which I've literally seen like nude people on TikTok and death on TikTok, and my stuff gets banned. This happened before in the past, so I'm just gonna TikTok's not a place I want to spend most of my time on anyways. It's kind of dumb. I'm still gonna upload every now and then, but I doubt nothing's gonna really come from there. It's a cesspool anyways, so I'm no loss there. So I think it's whatever. Um, no hard feelings. So, but yeah, just wanted to announce that you're gonna see less and less of me on that platform because it sucks too. It's no social media platform is really good nowadays. But here we are. So excuse me for the background. You can actually the Pringles can is still down there. I got a little hungry. Just sitting in my room. Uh, I'm cleaning. I'm about to move up back to school, unfortunately. So my time's going to be up there now. So you'll see a different backdrop next time uh, I record. I don't even know what the backdrop's going to look like. So that'll be new for both of us. With that being said, I just want to tap in briefly to the news and today's podcast is baseball. I know I mentioned Kobe Day. Today's podcast is baseball though. So let's just get right into it. All right, so I had to check, make sure volume was good, which it is. It's all right. It's not bad. Thank you, Mason, for helping me out with my volume and all that stuff. Huge help for him. He knows what he's doing. Greatly appreciate you. At the time of this recording, I guess I'm going right into the news. So at the time of this recording, the Red Sox are currently up 17-1 against the Astros. Yikes! Martin Maldonado's pitching. Houston, y'all are in trouble. You're gonna be 3-7 in your last 10, 2-game losing streak. Texas on a 6-game losing streak. Could be 7 tonight. They got to play Minnesota. Minnesota's middle of the road, but not a bad team. So AOS is up for grabs. Mariners are scorching, and then of course the Angels are done. I'll talk a little more. I'll touch up a little bit more on that later on because that's a lot to talk about. And but sorry, Angels fans. New Year, same thing. So yeah, Phillies are. I'm just going to talk about all like Phillies were getting hot, but now they're kind of back to their mediocre ways. Miami's been disappointing. I mean, this World Series is really going to be Atlanta versus Houston, in my opinion. I think it's just a 2021 rematch. Maybe Baltimore. They just got no experience. I think the teams like Texas and Houston have more postseason experience than like the Orioles or the Rays even do. So I honestly think it's Braves, Astros, Braves, Rangers maybe, but the Rangers aren't playing well. And maybe Dodgers. I think the World Series is the NLCS. If you want me to be 100% honest, Dodgers, Braves. That's what it looks like right now. So who knows? It's still up for grabs, but I think there are two front runners, and those are the Dodgers and the Braves. So we'll see. Another in other news, excuse me. Aaron Judge is back. He's had 4 home runs in his last 2 games. I think they're still playing right now, if I'm not mistaken. Or the Yankees just lost again, actually, believe it or not. But Judge had a home run again. So that's good to see Judge back. We lose one star, another star comes back. So that's good for baseball. But once you get in the dog days of August, then baseball kind of dies down in popularity. It'll come back in October. Don't worry, it'll come back in October. But it definitely needs its stars back, and so that's an issue that baseball has is keeping stars in the postseason, where we're seeing teams like the Orioles and the Rays make the postseason instead of teams like the Angels. That's just my two. It's just that's just how it is. So unfortunately, um, that happens, and baseball is just one of those sports where it's just a tough watch sometimes. But we still love the game. We still push through it. So that's the beauty of the sport. I read today Mets retiring Darryl Strawberry and Dwight Gooden's number. That's big for the franchise. I mean, looking at these stats here, I mean, Doc Gooden was his first 3 seasons were probably one of the best three first seasons in MLB history for a pitcher. Uh, he had, he had his Cy Young season of 153 as a 20-year-old dominating baseball. His first 3 seasons went 58-19 to 2.28 ERA. I mean, that's crazy. That's insane. And then, of course, Darryl Strawberry, y'all know. They both won World Series with the Mets, so help them out there. Good move on Cohen's part for kind of pushing this one through. It should have happened a long time ago, but I'm glad it happened now. So good for congrats to Gooden and Strawberry for that. That's also good for baseball. Moving on. Yeah, Steven Strasburg is done. Unfortunately, it was fun watching him play when he did. He was one of those biggest what if things, but I don't think he cares too much. World Series MVP, multiple time All Star, Cy Young candidate, the works like that. Good career. Unfortunately, it wasn't more, but that's just baseball again. Baseball's just one of those sports, and we're seeing that now with Ohtani in terms of on the pitching side, where his pitching future is in jeopardy. Another torn UCL for him. This is second in his career at the major league level. I honestly have no idea if this has happened before, but I know it's twice at the major league level. That's disastrous for both parties in multiple ways. Of course, the Angels now their ticket sales are going to drop. He's still hitting right now, but if they go on for surgery because the Angels aren't postseason contention anymore, they could shut him down for the rest of the year, which I think they should. So ticket sales, obviously, TV deal. ESPN can't broadcast Shohei anymore. Things like that. It hurts the sport pretty big, which is unfortunate because I love watching Shohei and him pitching and hitting in the same game, things like that. It's a real shame it's happened again. In terms of devastating for Ohtani, he's not worth $500 million. And to be honest, he never was worth $500 million. I think the most I would have given him as a team with unlimited salary cap would be a 6-year, probably $250 million. That I think that's I don't think any baseball player is worth $500 million. And I think we need to stop encouraging teams and organizations in all sports we need to stop encouraging them to pay for their past, and we need to start paying players for their future. Things like we've seen deals like Anthony Rendon in baseball, or heck, even a deal like Kyrie Irving hasn't panned out type thing, or James Harden wants more, and James Harden's on the decline. So things like that, we need to stop paying these players $40-50 million when they're in their age 30 season, and instead boost these rookie contracts because we think that these players are going to be pretty good. Or we need to just change the whole free agent system in baseball specifically, because 6 years of control, I think it's 4 to 6 years of control off a rookie contract, is ridiculous in baseball. It should be 2 years of control, then they get free agency. Because after 2-3 seasons, we really know which players are good and which are not, like Pete Alonso and Acuna after 2 years was elite. So things like that. I think a 2 to 3 year like team restricted team control on a player is perfect, but we need to stop paying 32, 33-year-olds lucrative contracts because they're not going to live up to it. I mean, you saw the decline of Pujols. The Angels gave Angels, you are a textbook definition of what not to do as a franchise. You've overpaid Albert Pujols, Josh Hamilton, C.J. Wilson. I mean, the list goes on. Anthony Rendon. Mike Trout's now a bad deal. He's on the injured list again. He's done for the season probably. Don't be the Los Angeles Angels in terms of management. Don't be them. They are probably the worst ran organization in terms of contracts and scouting. No, no, I don't mind the Angels. I like the Angels, but their front office needs to figure something out and needs their ownership really needs to do something about it. So, with that being said, um, yeah, stop paying players. Stop paying players way too much. It makes no sense. Otani was never a $500 million man, and there never will be. In this market, of course, with inflation and everything, that's a whole different conversation. Eventually, there will be a $500 million man, but as of right now, in the next 5 years, there should not be in any sport really. Besides, I guess like what they offer Messi, something in close to the billions, or Ronaldo. I don't. Oh, my bad. I don't know. I don't know what they offered him, but I'm not a soccer guy, so I don't really care. So, but yeah, it is pretty disappointing to see Otani out for the season again on the pitching side, and especially since he was top five in Cy Young. Obviously, he's not going to be that anymore. He still wins MVP. He's put up almost 10 wins above replacement before September. Historic season. So he's still the MVP. He could get shut down today, and he would still be my MVP. I mean, the closest that you have to someone in the MVP conversation would be Corey Seager, and he's only played like 85 games, I think, because he's been injured. But he's been that good too. But he's been injured all season. He would have to play. He'd have to play the rest of the games. I think he'd be at 115 for him to really have a say in the MVP race. So I don't think anyone else comes close to him. He's your MVP. So if you want to get a free, I think the odds are like minus 1,200. If you want to get a free like $10, $12 off a $100 bet, then go ahead and put your bets on Otani still, because that's a lock. Otani will win the MVP. Across everything else, he had a shot at winning the Cy Young if he had an insane September, but now obviously he doesn't, which is a shame. But he might get a few votes for Cy Young, which would be pretty impressive, like he did last year and the year before. So, once again, feel heart goes out to Otani. It's just a tough. It's injuries are always bad. They're always on the mind, on the fans, on the management, things like that. Obviously, this is not how it panned out to be for him and the Angels, but he definitely should take a look back now and reevaluate how much he's worth and who he should go to. And I honestly think him losing all this value now increases the amount of teams in play for him this offseason. So you can now see teams like maybe the Phillies or the Cardinals come in, or the heck, even a team as wild as the Rays. I don't think the Rays will pay. The Rays won't pay anything for anyone, but you could see, or maybe the Rangers, things like that. Teams that are willing to pay. So I take it back. The Rays are not willing to pay. Rays will never have Ohtani. But teams like we always thought it was probably going to be the Cubs or the Dodgers or the Yankees. Probably the Dodgers, really. That were interested in him. I don't sleep on Seattle either. Sleepless in Seattle. Don't sleep on them. They're a dark horse for Ohtani. But it's now it's now anyone's game. Mets, of course. Mets will probably get him and then go once again, like 72 and 90. So, but yeah. So that's my hot take for the day. And honestly, I really don't have much to say after that. My main point: stop overpaying players. Stop paying them for their past. Start paying them for their future. That's a message to all general managers out here. Obviously, no one's going to listen to this, but if it happens, if they do happen to listen to it, then I want them to know how I feel about it, because it really makes no sense to pay people for what they've done. You can do that with sponsorships and other things like that. Maybe a signing bonus on your next deal. Pay them for what they've done in the past, but stop paying them for the past. Start paying them for the future. So, I really don't have much else. It's Thursday. It's a slow day in baseball. There's really no exciting games on. Dodgers are playing Cleveland. If you want to watch that, that's bad baseball. Baseball is boring right now, and that's August, and that's just how it's going to be. But there was some exciting news today. And so with that, I think I'm going to wrap this up. Thank you for this quick listen. This is only going to be about a 13, 14-minute podcast. And with that being said, I will see y'all next time.